Folks, let's talk about debt. For many people, that word brings up feelings of stress, shame, fear. It can feel like a heavy weight you carry every single day. You might feel like you're alone in this struggle, but you are not. Millions of good, hardworking people find themselves in debt. It happens. The most important thing is not how you got here, but the plan you make to get out. Stop seeing debt as a moral failing. Start treating it like a medical condition. It is an injury that needs to be diagnosed, treated, and given a clear, proven plan. If you had a deep cut, you wouldn't ignore it. You'd stop the bleeding. You'd clean the wound. You'd assess the damage. You'd follow the doctor's orders. You wouldn't feel ashamed. You'd feel empowered by taking steps to get better. We apply that same logic to your finances. Remove emotion. Use a clinical step-by-step process. A roadmap from financial emergency to financial health. This roadmap gives you back control. You become the doctor of your own finances, making calm, informed decisions based on a clear diagnosis. My tone is empathetic and clinically authoritative. I get how you feel, and I have a proven treatment plan that works if you follow it. We'll walk through it together, step by step. This journey isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The goal isn't just to get out of debt, it's to change your relationship with money so you never return to this place. We're aiming for total financial immunity, protection from future debt emergencies. So take a deep breath. Let go of the shame. Put on your doctor's coat and get to work. Our medical roadmap is broken down into 5 clear and manageable stages. Each stage builds on the one before it, taking you systematically from crisis to stability. The first stage is triage. This is where we stop the financial bleeding. Just like in an emergency room, the first priority is to stabilize the patient. Next, we move to diagnosis. Once the bleeding has stopped, we need to understand the full extent of the injury. This is where you conduct a complete debt audit. You will gather all your financial documents and create a detailed list of every single dollar you owe. We will look at who you owe, how much you owe, what interest rates you are paying. The third stage is treatment. With a clear diagnosis in hand, we can now choose the best method to eliminate your debt. We will explore the 2 most effective treatment plans: debt snowball, debt avalanche. We will also look at a powerful tool in your financial pharmacy, the car loan. We will do a deep dive, comparing how different interest rates dramatically change the total cost you pay. Finally, we have the last 2 stages, recovery and immunity. Once the debt is gone, the treatment is complete. Now we must focus on rebuilding your financial strength to prevent a relapse. In the immunity stage, we will establish the long-term habits that keep you debt-free for life. The goal is to make sure you never have to go through this painful process again. You will build a future of peace and security. Table of Contents, Part 2. Triage, about 5 section. 1. Stabilize the patient. Stop the financial bleeding. 2. The spending freeze, a temporary lockdown. 3. Prioritizing payments, who gets paid first. 4. Calling your creditors, the emergency scripts. 5. The quick start budget, finding your air supply. Welcome to the first and most critical stage of your financial recovery, triage. In any medical emergency, the first responders don't start by discussing long-term health plans. They focus on one thing and one thing only: stabilizing the patient. Their immediate goal is to stop the bleeding and prevent any further harm. We are going to apply that same urgent, focused mindset to your finances right now. This is the time for swift, decisive action. This phase is all about creating breathing room. When you are drowning in debt, it feels like you are constantly gasping for air. Every phone call is a potential creditor. This constant stress makes it impossible to think clearly and make good decisions. Triage is designed to give you that crucial pocket of air. We are going to temporarily simplify your financial life down to the absolute bare essentials. This will free up mental energy and a small amount of cash flow. Forget about how you got here. Just focus on the immediate task at hand: stopping the bleeding. Our first action is to declare a temporary financial emergency. For a short period, typically the next 30 days, you will live by a new, stricter set of rules. This means all non-essential activities and spending stop. Think of it like a patient being put on strict bed rest. Remember, this is a temporary situation. We are not talking about living like this forever. We are talking about a concentrated, all-out effort for a very short period to change your financial trajectory. The actions we take here are designed to stop the negative momentum of late fees, overdraft charges, and the growing interest that is eating away at your income. By stabilizing the patient, your personal finances, you create the calm, controlled environment necessary to begin the real work of healing. The first and most powerful tool in our triage kit is the spending freeze. This is exactly what it sounds like. Stop spending on anything not absolutely necessary. For the next 30 days, your wallet is on lockdown, financial equivalent of a tourniquet on a bleeding wound, an extreme measure for an extreme situation. It immediately stops the outflow of cash. No restaurants, no coffee shop runs, no new clothes, no movies, no subscriptions you don't absolutely need. It serves two vital purposes. First, it frees up cash. You'd be amazed at small, automatic spending. Cutting it creates an instant surplus. This surplus is the lifeblood of your recovery. We'll use it for essentials and to start attacking debt. Redirect every available dollar to stabilize your financial core. Second, it's psychological. It breaks old habits and forces awareness, a hard reset for your financial brain. For 30 days, think about every single dollar. You'll see the difference between want and need. Learn to cook at home. Find free entertainment. Discover new resourcefulness. That awareness becomes a lasting skill. To make it work, be committed. Sit down with family or whoever shares finances. Get everyone on board. Post a sign, spending freeze in effect. Remember, it's temporary, short-term sacrifice, lifetime of financial peace. This action will stop the bleeding and give you space to start healing. In a financial emergency, not all bills are created equal. You cannot pay everyone, so you must prioritize. Your top priority is to cover what I call the 4 walls. The first wall is food. You and your family must eat. This means a bare-bones grocery list of essentials to get you through the month. Think rice, beans, pasta, other inexpensive staples. The second wall is utilities. Lights on, water running, heat or air conditioning working. The third wall is shelter. You must pay your rent or mortgage to keep a roof over your head. Eviction or foreclosure is a crisis we must avoid at all costs. The fourth wall is transportation. If you need a car to get to work and earn an income, then you must keep it running. Car payment if it is a secured loan, keeping gas in the tank. These 4 walls, food, utilities, shelter, and transportation, are your non-negotiable financial priorities during triage. They get paid first, before any other creditor. After you have allocated money for the 4 walls, you will then look at your other debts. During this triage phase, your goal with all other debts is simply to pay the minimum required payment if you can. If you cannot even cover the minimums after paying for your 4 walls, do not panic. In the next section, we will discuss how to communicate with those creditors. This clinical approach removes emotion and ensures you are making the smartest possible moves to survive the immediate crisis. With your spending frozen and your priorities set on the 4 walls, you might find there isn't enough money left to pay all your other bills. This is a scary but common situation during triage. The worst thing you can do is ignore the problem. Hiding from your creditors only makes the situation worse. They will assume the worst, and the collection calls and letters will only intensify. The professional, responsible thing to do is to proactively communicate. A calm, honest phone call can often de-escalate the situation and buy you the time you need. Before you pick up the phone, you need a plan. We are going to use a simple script. This keeps you in control of the conversation and ensures you communicate clearly and effectively. Your goal is simply to inform them of your temporary hardship and let them know you have a plan to get back on track. Start by saying, "Hello, my name is your name, and my account number is your account number. I am calling because I am experiencing a temporary financial hardship, and I will not be able to make my full minimum payment this month. Be calm and state the facts. Then, tell them what you can do. Say, I have created a temporary crisis budget, and after covering my basic living expenses, I have amount that I can pay toward my bill this month. Finally, let them know this is temporary. You can say, "I am working on a long-term plan to get all my debts paid off. I just need some time to get my situation stabilized. I will call you back in 30 days with an update on my plan." Most customer service representatives will note this in your file, and it can often pause more aggressive collection activities. Remember, be calm, be honest, and stick to your script. The final step in our triage phase is to create a quick start budget. This is an emergency, back-of-the-envelope budget designed to guide you through the next 30 days of crisis mode. To start, take a single sheet of paper. At the top, write down your total household income for the month. Be realistic and use your net take-home pay, not your gross pay. This is your total oxygen supply for the month. Next, list out your 4 walls: food, utilities, shelter, transportation. For food, use your bare-bones grocery plan. For utilities, use the average of your last few bills. For shelter, write your mortgage or rent payment. For transportation, list your car payment and a minimal amount for gas. Now, subtract the total cost of your 4 walls from your monthly income. The number you are left with is what you have available for all other debts and expenses for the month. This is a moment of truth. For some of you, that number will be very small. For others, it might even be negative. Do not be discouraged. This is simply information. This clarity is power. With this remaining amount, list your other debts. Your goal during triage is to pay the minimum payment on each of these, if possible. List them out and assign the minimum payment to each one until your leftover money is gone. If you run out of money before you have covered all the minimums, you now have a clear list of which creditors you need to call. This quick start budget is your roadmap for the next 30 days. It is the tool that ensures your survival through the triage phase. Now that you have successfully navigated the triage stage, you have stopped the financial bleeding. With the immediate crisis under control, we move to the second stage, diagnosis. In medicine, a doctor cannot prescribe an effective treatment without understanding the full extent of the illness. They run tests. They take x-rays. They gather data. We will do the same with your finances. The goal of diagnosis is complete clarity. You cannot fight an enemy you do not understand. For many, debt is a vague, shadowy figure. This lack of clarity creates stress and paralysis. Your first task in the diagnosis stage is to go on a scavenger hunt for every piece of paper. You must uncover every single debt, no matter how small. Start with the most obvious sources: credit card statements, car loan statements, student loan statements, mortgage statements, personal loans, medical bills. The goal is to get a physical or digital copy of a recent statement for every account with a balance. Next, dig deeper for less obvious debts: buy now, pay later accounts, money borrowed from family or friends. Check your bank for automatic payments. Leave no stone unturned. For each and every debt, you need to identify and write down 4 critical pieces of information. The first is the total balance. The second is the creditor name. The third piece of information is the annual percentage rate, or APR. The fourth vital sign is the minimum monthly payment. The sum of all your minimum payments is the total amount required to service your debt each month. This data will form the basis of your debt audit table. In the fifth and final column, make notes. Mark the issues we identified. For any debt with an APR over 18%, write high rate. With your completed debt audit table in hand, your diagnosis is officially complete. You now have the clarity and information you need to confidently choose the right treatment plan. With your comprehensive diagnosis complete, we enter the most active and empowering stage of our medical roadmap: treatment. This is where we stop analyzing the problem and start actively solving it. In the world of debt elimination, there are 2 primary proven treatment plans: debt snowball, debt avalanche. Each method has a different philosophy, but both are incredibly effective at achieving the same goal: making you debt-free. The debt snowball builds momentum through quick psychological wins. You list your debts from smallest to largest balance. You make minimum payments on all debts, but you put every extra dollar you have toward the smallest one until it's gone. When it's paid off, That's your first victory. Then, you roll the eliminated debts payment into the next smallest debt. The snowball grows as it rolls downhill, knocking out bigger debts. The second treatment plan is the debt avalanche. This method is about pure, unadulterated math. With the debt avalanche, you take your debt attack fund and focus it entirely on the debt with the highest annual percentage rate, regardless of its balance. Once your highest interest debt is eliminated, you redirect that entire payment to the debt with the next highest APR. This creates an avalanche of money crashing down on your debts, starting from the most expensive and working its way down. The choice is yours. The fast emotional wins of the snowball or the long-term mathematical savings of the avalanche. The best plan is the one you will stick with. Debt consolidation is the process of taking out one new, larger loan to pay off multiple smaller debts. The key to successful consolidation is to secure a new loan with an interest rate that is lower than the weighted average of your existing debts. Refinancing is a similar procedure, but is typically applied to a single, large loan. If your credit score has improved, you may be able to qualify for a new loan with a lower interest rate. Beyond restructuring your loans, there's another powerful tactic: direct negotiation with creditors. A simple phone call that can save a lot of money. Very often, they'll reduce your rate to keep you as a customer. All right, folks, let's roll up our sleeves and get into the numbers. We are going to do a focused comparison of a common debt, a $20,000 car loan, over a 60-month loan term for both scenarios. Let's start with a borrower who has a fair credit score and gets a loan with a 12% annual percentage rate. For this $20,000 loan, their monthly payment will be approximately $445. Over the course of 60 months, they will pay a total of $26,697. This means they paid $6,697 in interest alone. That is almost $7,000. That went straight to the lender. Now, let's look at a different borrower. This person has worked hard to improve their credit score to secure a much better rate, 5% APR on the same $20,000 loan. Their monthly payment is approximately $377. Over 60 months, they will pay a total of $22,645. Their total interest cost is just $2,645. By securing a lower interest rate, this borrower saved over $4,000. That's $4,000 that stayed in their pocket, working for their family's future, not the bank's bottom line. So, where does all that interest money go? To understand that, we need to look at a concept called amortization. Early in the loan, much more of your payment goes to interest, and only a little goes to principal. In month 1, about $200 of that is interest. Only $245 reduces the $20,000 balance. Over time, each payment shifts. Less interest, more principal. The interest share decays over time. Extra payments to principal early are powerful. An extra payment bypasses that month's interest calculation and reduces the balance now, cutting future interest charges. It's how you fight the amortization schedule. The charts and visual guides we will use are not just for show. They are powerful tools for clarity and motivation. Seeing your financial situation laid out in a simple picture can often be more impactful than looking at a spreadsheet full of numbers. They become a record of your success and a blueprint for your secure financial future. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the treatment phase. But our medical journey is not quite over yet. Now we enter the recovery phase. The focus shifts from fighting the illness to rebuilding strength and resilience. The first goal in your recovery is to build a starter emergency fund. We recommend a target of $1,000. You need to build this initial shield as quickly as possible. Now it is time to upgrade that shield into a full suit of armor. The next objective is to build a fully funded emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. This is the ultimate financial buffer. You will continue to funnel all the money you were previously using for debt payments into your emergency savings account. This money is not an investment, it is insurance. Its job is to be there, stable and ready, when you need it most. You have graduated from the recovery phase and are ready to move on to building long-term wealth and immunity. You are a healthy, thriving individual who is now immune to the disease of consumer debt. The immunity phase is all about establishing the long-term habits. One of the most powerful habits is to pay yourself first. On payday, the very first transaction you make is to move money into your savings and investment accounts. Live on a written budget every single month. The 50-30-20 rule is a useful framework. 50% to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings. One of the most important habits is learning to handle irregular expenses with a simple and powerful tool, the sinking fund. This proactive approach turns a potential crisis into a planned, non-emotional payment. Your first priority: invest for retirement. Aim to invest at least 15% of your gross household income into tax-advantaged retirement accounts, 401k, Roth IRA. After you are consistently investing 15%, start saving for other goals. Buy a house, start a down payment sinking fund. Want to pay for your kids' college? Open education savings accounts. To maintain your financial immunity, establish a few simple guardrails. These are easy-to-monitor ratios and limits that act as an early warning system. They are the habits that lock in your immunity. We have now reached the end of our journey through the 5 stages of financial healing: triage, diagnosis, treatment, recovery, immunity. This medical roadmap is more than instructions. It's a shift in perspective. Treat debt as a clinical issue, not a moral failing. You stepped into the physician role for your finances. You are in control. To make it simple, here is a 5-step starter plan you can act on today. First, declare a temporary spending freeze for the next week. Second, write down your 4 walls. Third, find just one of your debt statements. Fourth, take 5 minutes to dream. Fifth, and finally, make a commitment to yourself. These 5 small actions are the first steps on your roadmap. They are manageable, they are powerful, and you can do them all right now, today. You have the complete roadmap. You have the step-by-step instructions. Do not wait. Do not let another day go by where your money controls you. Take that first step today. Start your journey from triage to triumph. The financial peace you have been searching for is waiting for you. It is time to go get it.